This is Sumit, found in a decaying bungalow. He sits inside a chalk circle, surrounded by occult artifacts, completely unresponsive to the outside world. His path here began with a public rejection. When Sumit confessed his feelings to Parul, the daughter of a business tycoon, she responded by slapping him and mocking his social class in front of their peers. This specific insult targeted Sumit's core identity. The humiliation replaced his previous life with a singular, obsessive focus on the perceived injustice. When a person feels powerless in the physical world, they often become receptive to the promise of power offered by supernatural revenge. Sumit isolated himself and turned to dark web forums. In these spaces, he discovered the myth of an entity known as the Karn Pishachini. This chart shows what draws people in, the promise of fulfilled desires and companionship. But as the other branch indicates, the entity functions as a spiritual parasite that feeds on the practitioner. Sumit traveled to Pushkar Ghat, looking for the Aghoris, practitioners known for their mastery of forbidden occult methods. While these ghats host public prayers by day, the night brings out a different world. Shadows and firelight mark the setting for rituals far removed from conventional religious practice. Desperate individuals often treat ancient occult lore as a utility, ignoring the warnings built into the mythology in their pursuit of a shortcut to power. An Aghori sadhu warned Sumit that summoning the entity requires passing a test few survive, one that turns the practitioner's life into a living nightmare. Sumit ignored the warning. He stole the Aghori's ancient ritual book and fled to his family's abandoned bungalow to begin the summoning. The layout of the text dictates the hypnotic chanting rhythm required for the spell to take hold. Sumit sat inside the circle for 10 days. He refused food and water, using continuous chanting to break the barrier between dimensions. The physical toll of the ritual breaks down human reasoning. By the end of the fasting, the summoner is susceptible to manipulation by the entity they are trying to reach. The entity arrived, but not as a monster. It appeared as a beautiful woman emanating white light, offering Sumit everything he had asked for. The wish was fulfilled immediately. Parul died suddenly, and Sumit, now convinced of his power, fell under the entity's hypnotic grip. This cycle shows the trap. The entity provides what was asked for, but it demands a daily blood sacrifice. With each turn of the cycle, the debt grows larger. Detached from reality and focused on his pact, Sumit paid the debt with his family. He killed his parents and sister to satisfy the entity's hunger. The parasitic force weaponizes the summoner against their own life, taking control as the human host loses their autonomy. Sumit's friends discovered the scene at the bungalow and brought the Aghori back to confront what Sumit had become. The Aghori saw that the Karn Pishachini was consuming Sumit's life force directly through his decaying body, requiring immediate intervention. The Aghori drew a banishment yantra on the floor in red powder. He lit black lamps that burned with blue flames to trap the spirit within the geometric lines. As the mantras intensified, the beautiful form of the demon shattered. It revealed a creature with a long black tongue and red eyes. Defeating the entity required ritual precision and spiritual discipline, countering the consuming nature of the demon. The Aghori forced the demon into a cloud of smoke and sealed it within a copper vessel, bringing a sudden silence to the room. Sumit's hypnosis broke. He realized the reality of his actions, and that he had murdered his entire family. The Aghori refused to offer absolution. He told Sumit that his penance was isolation, leaving him alone with his guilt. Occult vengeance is a zero-sum game. To destroy the person who bruised his ego, Sumit invited a darkness that erased his humanity. Some prices paid for pride cannot be undone.